Hello, YouTube. It's Tuesday, December 28th, 9:24 p.m. I haven't stepped outside in a few days, but I'm sorry, what was the date again? 28th. I haven't been outside since Christmas Day. I haven't been out of my bed really since Christmas Day, except to go to the kitchen to use the cell phone chargers. I've been charging the first Obama phone in the living room. For some reason, it doesn't work on the charger in the kitchen. I still haven't called, um, wireless. God, I forget the name of the company. Assurance Wireless. I still haven't called them to see why my service is off. Um, so at some point, Priscilla came in my room. She did finally come home last night at she came home at, oh God, like 2:30 in the morning. And she brought me a couple of Subway sandwiches, so that's nice, Like, she might not be fucking me, but at least she's still feeding me, so I guess that's something. Anyway, now, of course, I asked her where she'd been, and she said she was at Castaways and Gypsies, so God knows what she was doing there on a Monday night. I don't even know what to think about that. I mean, it's, whatever. At this point, I'd just rather be asleep than be with her anyway, so that's what that is. Anyway, she pretty much just handed me the sandwiches, didn't even turn on the light, walked out of the room. I ate them. At one point, I think I did get up at about, I don't know, like 4 in the morning, just to see if she was asleep on the couch. I don't know, I guess I was just hoping that maybe she'd be like half naked on the couch and I could at least enjoy a glimpse, or something. Feel her up on the couch or something, but she was wide awake and doing something in Lily's room where she's pretty much planted her office. I don't even know what that was about. I just kind of was disgusted by it and just went back to bed. I went to sleep. Been listening to a lot of full-length George Carlin specials, just ones that are audio recordings only. I don't know why. For some reason, they help me sleep. Only kind of reflect how I feel. I can hear it raining outside. I haven't even looked outside in days, but yeah, it's dark. I can't really see anything out there. It does look pretty wet. Apparently, it's still rainy outside. I haven't actually checked my Apple forecast thing to see what the weather's going to be, but it's rainy. So tomorrow is, what time is it again? It's 9:27. I feel like I've been awake about 2 hours and just kind of looking at shit on YouTube. When I woke up, I was in a really weird state. I came out of a super deep dream and I felt like I was in familiar places with familiar people, but they weren't. I don't know. Just honestly, when I woke up, it felt like I was coming from a different life, and that felt real. And waking up in this life didn't feel real. For a while, my mind kept thinking about, where I was and really wanting to still be there. I don't have a lot of memory of it now, but it was really clear there for a while. And I thought about turning on, actually vlogging then and recording what was in my mind, which I kind of regret I didn't do, but it probably made no sense. But I remember something about being in some kind of room with some kind of thing that had to be oriented, or was supposed to be oriented relative to cardinal directions to make something happen with music. I don't know. It makes no sense now. The only thing that really stands out is it seems like in my dreams I was younger, much younger, certainly happier. Anyway, it felt like I was gone a long time when I woke up like 2 hours ago. Like it felt like I'd been wherever I'd been for a long time. It took a while to get back to kind of the normal where I am now. Mostly, well, actually, I went to the kitchen and I got my iPhone. And then, messages, incoming messages on that. Um, Not that there's much. I mean, obviously, there's not really anybody texting me anymore because the number that people text me on has been shut off since Christmas Eve. I do have a couple people that can contact me via iMessage on my iPhone, but none of them have. Um, the new second Obama phone, I never really gave that number out to anybody. I've just been using it for job search purposes, and I'm sure it's still getting flooded with emails and text messages from job recruiters. It's frustrating because, I mean, I've filled out so many forms and no job offers, just more messages from recruiters than I could ever actually go through. And the thing is, most of them go to websites that are so resource hungry that they won't work on that phone. So it's extra frustrating. Um, I don't know where that phone is. I haven't seen it in about a day and a half. Honestly, it probably just fell off my bed and is somewhere in the mess near my bed, I would assume. I don't know. I mean, the logical thing would be to call it and make it ring, but I don't really have a way to do that um, without somebody else, using their phone to call it since my other phone has been off. So anyway, I ended up going back to sleep after I realized that Priscilla, for whatever reason, was staying up all night and fucking around in the other room. So apparently she didn't have to work today. So that would explain why she stayed up all night versus, going to sleep at a reasonable hour so she could be up and work, which is weird because I know she worked yesterday. I heard her talking, arguing with people on the phone. That's what the pair of the big money do, is argue with people. That's what customer service work from home representatives do. They argue with people. Um, so yeah, I ended up falling back asleep pretty hard. I don't know. I have memories of the last couple of days are really vague. Like I remember being in a couple of different places. Like, and I'm sure these were dreams. The thing with the guitar, and I don't know. Now it's all very vague, but it was pretty real when I woke up from it. And I felt like I needed to be back there and didn't want to be here, but here I am. Yeah, I'm realizing I'm probably not going to get my storage unit cleared out before the end of. I'm probably not going to get it cleared out in time. I'm going to have to pay that extra $45. It's just too wet to deal with going there. I mean, it's too wet to be moving stuff around. It'd get damaged by the water, and I'm just not really about traveling on foot all the way to, or foot/bus all the way to my storage in the rain. So I'm trying to remember, like, I know I was on TikTok a little bit, been getting a few comments on the video that I posted of the guy. And if you watch my YouTube channel, I did a repost of it here as a short. It's got way more videos on views on YouTube than it has on TikTok, but it's getting interesting comments on TikTok, some interesting likes. I've watched a couple videos from a channel called Moon about just how evil TikTok is, and he's probably right. I mean, it just does seem to be kind of a psyop from the Chinese government. Not that I really give a fuck about the Chinese government. At this point, I almost feel like if the Chinese government took over the did an invasion and took over the United States, my life would probably be in a better place because it would be. Things really fucking suck under things the way they are right now. So it's Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday, December 28th. So Wednesday, supposed to have an appointment with my job developer, Adam, and also a appointment with my um, therapist, Lisa, which means it's been 2 days since the whole disaster where I was kicked off the bus for nothing out on East Thomas over by my friend Corey's apartment. Um, yeah, he did call me, so he was kind of really bummed that when I'd called that he was asleep, but whatever. I mean, he works graveyard shifts, so it's understandable. Anyway, yeah, that was a just absolutely traumatic day in so many ways. I mean, not only I remember the job because I went to that job hiring event and that whole thing like ended up giving me panic attacks just because it was so, I don't know, I just was so out of my element, I guess, and just felt helpless most of the time, and it just felt like such a dismal. Um, oh my God, cat just scared the shit out of me. One of my cats just barged in through the bedroom door, and it squeaked loudly. Is that you, Sambo? Hey. I'm going to assume it was Sambo because he's cool. Sheba usually kind of has a way of meowing and announcing herself when she enters the room. That, and I think if it was Sheba, she'd already be up here cuddling with me. And yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I just had a cat open the door. So let's see. Yeah, so tomorrow, I don't know. I might get up and go to my appointments. I might not. It depends on how I feel. If I feel like I feel right now, it's probably not happening. And if I, dang, I can't remember if I'm supposed to meet Adam there, or if Adam's meeting me here, because both have happened. And I'm sure there's probably a text message about it on my second Obama phone, which I've misplaced. On the bright note, he's one of the few people that has a phone number, so he might actually call me. So I guess there's that. Maybe he'll call me and it'll wake me up and I'll find that phone. Or maybe I'll, be in a sleep dream where I'm in another place and I feel like I'm there for, days on end. And I'll just sleep right through it because honestly, I'm happy in those other places where I go when I'm in that deep of a sleep. I don't know. I kind of wish I could just sleep forever and stay in those other places and be whoever I am in those other places. And I sometimes wonder if maybe that's what happens, when we die. Because, not going to lie, that's kind of appealing right now. Not that I have the balls to kill myself, but I think about it a lot. So at one point, Priscilla, I realized Priscilla wasn't working today. And at one point, she did climb in bed with me. Although she climbed in bed fully clothed. And just to be clear, I've been laying in bed naked. I haven't had clothes on for days. And not that I'm going anywhere, not that it matters. Like I said, I generally stay in bed. I walk to the bathroom if I gotta pee. I haven't ate enough to do anything other than pee. Yeah, the one phone's been going to the charger. And gosh, I wonder if the phone is on the charger. The second Obama phone's on the charger in the kitchen. I didn't think about that. It might be iPhone. I'm recording with the iPhone. Its battery doesn't seem to last as long as it used to. And if I fall asleep with it on anything YouTube, I always wake up to it being fully and completely dead. Yeah, not much in the way of messages coming in from anybody. I mean, I get some comments on YouTube and some occasional comments on TikTok. I'm not even hearing it from anybody on Reddit anymore. Reddit's kind of like a thing. Like nobody really knows I exist on Reddit. I don't feel like, people interact with me when I'm in communities and I'm being active in it. But once I drop off, there's never any message of, hey, where you been? Are you okay? Because I'm just another nameless voice in the den there, regardless of how much karma I have. The only place I feel like it really exists anymore is YouTube, and I'm not even sure why that is. I don't know. At least I can check my channel and I see it gets a few views, so it's a sign that I still exist and I'm still alive. So there's that. Um, anyway, at some point, Priscilla did climb in bed with me. She's fully clothed. At that point, by then, I was just so disgusted how she just disappeared the night before and just giving me the cold shoulder on Christmas, and how she had lied to me saying that she was at like the one bar when she wasn't at what do you call it, Water Inn when she wasn't there. Didn't show up until super super late because she was doing whatever with whoever, which apparently she's out doing that a lot and doing that again tonight. I feel like I've been awake about 2 hours and she's gone. I don't know where she is. I do walk sometimes as far as and I'll peek out the back door just to verify that her vehicle is gone, to see if like she took off in her own vehicle, or if somebody has come to pick her up and she's always going in her own vehicle. Same vehicle as she can't ever be bothered to, take me anywhere or pick me up anywhere. And last Thursday, she offered to call me another Uber, and after how that worked the week before, I was like, yeah, don't fucking bother. And she's like, well, do you need a ride? I'm like, well, you gonna come pick me up? She's like, no, I thought I'd call you an Uber. I'm like, yeah, don't fucking bother. It'd be different if she wanted to come pick me up, but just calling me an Uber, yeah. Last time that Uber showed up, like after the buses were already running, and I'm not so hip on riding with strangers anyway. And I've found that the experience of like riding with Uber when it's somebody else's app is just always kind of a sketchy thing. So yeah, not cool with that. That, and I've got so much resentment for Uber refusing to let me drive because of a criminal conviction, over 25 years ago. That's fucked up. I just can't get down with supporting that. Especially looking at how much they damage the taxi industry. Yeah, fuck those people. So yeah, she got in bed with me, and at that point I'm just so thoroughly disgusted with her that I just rolled over and cuddled with my pillow as opposed to cuddling with her. And maybe I would have felt a little different had she like got in bed naked, but she got in bed fully clothed, so whatever. Wrong outfit if that's what you were wanting from me. She held me a little bit, felt me up a little bit. It felt good, but it didn't turn me on or make up for just how much I just feel abandoned by her these days. I mean, she feeds me. I guess that's something, and she's paying my rent, so there's that. But yeah, it's not the sexual healing I'm needing. So blah. And instead of maybe continuing to try to make out with me a little harder, or trying to, because I'm not gonna lie, that was starting to feel good. She starts asking me about if I called the cell phone company about my phone number. At that point, I'm just like, well, why? Why bother? So nobody fucking calls me, or, nobody contacts me or calls me anyway. It's very rare I get any calls or messages on that phone number anymore. And it's very, and the phone's god awful, so it's hard to make calls out on it anyway. And it's very difficult to text on it. The only thing the thing was good for, as I'd said many times, was an internet hotspot. But as a phone, it was fucking bullshit. And that's fine. But for internet hotspot, as long as I don't leave my bed, I got the Wi-Fi modem up on the shelf, so I'm good. Anyway, she started going about that. She's like, well, I said, well, I got the other number. And she pointed out that I never gave her a number. And I never gave her that number. I never really gave anybody that number because I'm trying to leave that exclusive for what you call it, for potential employers to call me on. Not that there really are any potential employers for me, but, I've been trying. I've been filling out applications, and I have a profile on Indeed.com. I think also on Job Hat and on some other job site. I forget what the hell it's called. Whatever the site was that did the hiring event 2 weeks ago, clear the fuck out on West fucking Maryville, wherever hellscape I was. Because I had to fill out that whole thing with them. Really sucks, because I was trying to put 2 jobs in there. I was trying to put that I also work for Lime, but the only thing I managed to get was information about my karaoke business, and even that I think was incomplete because I couldn't get their website to work. The guy was just like, "Well, it doesn't matter," and I guess it wouldn't have mattered had they hired me, but then it was like I was in a refrigerated fucking warehouse. It's like, well, why didn't for some website that sells like pre-made meal kits, basically filling those boxes in a freezing warehouse. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I can't even handle going outside when it's fucking raining. So fucked if I'm gonna be inside a freezing fucking room doing anything. So I'd rather be here asleep in my warm bed. Oh, that's something interesting I saw on YouTube. Is a video about a constant thing going on in China with young people that's called lying down or lying flat. They call it lying flat. That was funny to me. Because at first I thought it was like maybe because I saw somebody like kind of hunched over, looked like they were sleeping but sitting up, and I thought, maybe what it was about was that they're just so short on space over there or whatever. Apartments are so expensive that people can't afford a place where they can lie flat, so they're having to sleep sitting up. Yeah, that's not what that meant. And I found the term lying flat to be kind of silly, but basically it means just getting the absolute bare minimum to still stay alive and not pursuing a career or a spouse or having kids or a car or material, anything. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, I guess that's where I'm at this point. At this point, it's all more effort than it's fucking worth. I honestly I just want to keep going back to sleep and hope maybe at some point I don't wake back up. It's kind of where I'm at this point. I mean, I know eventually Priscilla's going to fucking wake me up and give me food. Which, whatever. It's just prolonging the inevitable. Anyway. So yeah, she started bitching about the fucking phone and me not giving her that number. And she's like, well, then fuck everybody who doesn't have your new number. I'm like, fuck everybody. There is no everybody. Nobody fucking calls me. The few people that do actually contact me that are personal friends do it over Snapchat. So. And I try to stay logged in on Snapchat and move it. I hate that Snapchat, you can't be logged into more than one device at once. So I try to remember to, as I change devices, so one's on the charger and one's in bed with me, to log into the other one. But even the contacts on Snapchat at this point are pretty few and far between. Friend Rafa sent me a message, says he's got some shirts for me, but I'm not holding my breath for him to bring them over to me. So I'll probably never get them. My daughter still messages me on occasion. The older one, the one that's in Oregon. I wish she was closer. I miss riding around with her while she's driving, doing food deliveries. She told me she's trying to get a job at Amazon and do their weird drug test thing. She's not sure if she's going to pass it. Well, 24 minutes of me rambling incoherently. I don't even know why I do this anymore. I guess just to leave sort of a last will and sort of a last something when they find my corpse in this bed or whatever. I don't know. I'll probably get up on Thursday to go do my karaoke show. Although I wonder if maybe they've called me to come pick up my stuff and I just haven't got the call because my phone is disconnected. So I just couldn't have felt more unwanted than I was when I went in there Christmas night. Anyway, it's yeah, 9:49 p.m. Priscilla nowhere to be found. Out doing whoever she's out doing. I don't know. It's time to put on some more George Carlin and just try to go back to sleep. I'm a lot happier when I'm asleep.